guys, I'm back. This video is entitled Broke Old Hoes. That's right. There are a lot of broke, struggling hoes. What I consider old is, I'm old. I consider over 30 old, especially for the sugar game and escorting, which there's no problem with that because I still get my money. And there's other women that still get their money. I use hoe as in like a joking way because really I'm not a hoe. At this time I'm only seeing one person. The max I have is maybe 1 or 2 sugar daddies, but for the most part right now I'm just seeing one person. This looks so crooked. Oh, okay. So I just want to go over basically a lot of mistakes that women make in this game and just some goals that I have for myself. Let's see. I wrote some notes down. So I guess I want to give like examples of basically what I've seen in the sugar baby and escorting world. I don't want to give too much information because some people watch my channel, but I have had a sugar daddy who had an ex-sugar baby, supposedly ex, who knows, but she was just a mess. She had evictions on her record for not paying rent. She had tickets that she had on her license that made her lose her license. Just a mess. And she was mainly a stripper, but she was also a sugar baby, probably an escort too, because you know those strippers, they be hoeing. And I'm just like, and she had a kid too, so you would think she would be more focused, you know, more goal-oriented when it came to budgeting her money or whatever. So he was telling me all this and I'm just like, sis, you need to get a regular job. Like, if you're not successful or if you're not gonna put the effort or work into whatever you're doing, I don't know, I guess she was trying to be a full-time sugar baby, I don't know. To me, the game is so fickle. Like, I wouldn't say I feel like you could always get money, but you just have to be careful. You always have to have a backup, whether it's a sugar daddy, another sugar daddy, or you have to have a job. That's just how I see it. So she just, like, I know with me, it's so funny because I don't live in New York anymore, but when I lived in New York, I lived mostly in Long Island, but I had moved to like the end of Long Island, more towards like Manhattan and Queens. I was like on the border of Queens and Nassau. So I remember I wasn't used to like the parking rules because when I lived in Long Island, I lived like a half an hour away from the Hamptons and we could park anywhere we want. Like, there was no parking rules in like eastern part of Long Island. So I remember getting a lot of tickets because I would visit Queens, I would go out to Queens, I would go out to Brooklyn, and I would get a lot of tickets because I wasn't used to all these parking rules that they had. So I remember I had like $200 probably or $150 worth of parking, just parking tickets, because I just would park anywhere. I'm surprised my car did not get towed. And at the time I had 2 sugar daddies, and it seems like every time I got money from my sugar daddies, I would end up having to pay for the parking tickets. I was like, this is so bullshit. Like, I'm wasting money right now. So once I moved, that all changed or whatever, but I'm just like, she couldn't even get people to pay her parking tickets or pay whatever tickets she got. She couldn't even get someone to pay that. Like, that's a shame. And then she didn't have a car, so I mean, in this type of dating, you could go without a car, but it's easier to meet people. And if you want to drive like an hour away to different town to meet people, it kind of broadens it broadens who you can date if you have a car. So I'm like, you can't get a man to pay your car note. Like, that's some easy shit. I can get a man to put a down payment and pay the car note. I mean, it's so funny because when I went to get my car, the dealer, like the manager at the dealership, he gave me a car, no down payment, good payments, like, I don't know. But so that's that. So the evictions, like, I know someone who is an escort. There's a big difference between, people try to put it together. There's a big difference between escorting and sugaring. And that's why I kind of hint at hoe in a funny way, because if you think about it, I mean, sugar babies don't have sex with 30 men a day. like, so there's women that are like full-blown escorts. And I know of someone who's an escort, and she pays her rent late every month. And then we live in an expensive area, and I'm just like, if you can't pay your rent on time, you need to get a job. Like, you need to get a job. Because really, this money is not, I mean, you can live off of it, but I wouldn't really risk it. I don't know. That's just me. So yeah, she's paying her rent late. A lot of these women, sugar babies and escorts, they get expensive bags, expensive shoes, $500,000 weaves, and to me, it's just stupid. Like, it's dumb to me. Like, I had my sugar daddy buy me a designer bag last year for Christmas, and then this year for Christmas, I didn't even feel right asking him to do it, because I just thought about it. I'm like, I'd rather have that money in my savings account than on a bag. That's just me. So within that year, I grew. That was like the only expensive thing I got. They buy expensive shoes, all these, just bullshit. That's basically what it is. There's ways that you can dress very sexy and sophisticated on a budget. You could go to Macy's, you could go to Saks Fifth. They have a clearance. You can go to Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Things. Like, there's ways you can dress nice and dress on a budget. So all this Chanel, Gucci, and Louis, it's just a waste of time, a waste of money, mainly. Yeah. So I see a lot of women, once you hit around, I started really late in the game because I was married for a little while. So I didn't really know about all this sugar dating. So what I noticed is there's a lot of women in their, I would say, late 20s, early 30s, and they don't have like a goal. The thing is about this game, you are not gonna be beautiful forever. You may have until you're maybe 40. I've seen some sugar babies that are 40, maybe a little older. But the thing is that freaks me out is the older you get, the older the man has to be. So I'm in my 30s, so you gotta date like 50, 60, and it gets, after a while, it gets too old. I mean, even for my taste. So I feel like a lot of women do not plan ahead. They don't have goals. They don't have financial goals. They don't have career goals. As far as me, I have a master's degree. I mean, I won't get too much into it, but I have a high income potential. As of right now, I'm like mid-career. I can go higher, but I just choose not to because I don't want the stress of work. I don't want to work 100 hours a week, but I know I have the potential to earn a really high income. And what I do is I like sugar dating. I'm gonna be dating anyway, so I'd rather use that money to either supplement my income or to save and invest in my business. I'm working on my business right now, so I need that extra time. Instead of working at a job, I need that extra time to work on my business and to just do other things I need to do. I just don't want to be stressed out with like a high executive job right now. But I know I have the potential, and I know I'm building towards that. So that's one of my goals. Once I'm in my 40s and I'm old and ugly, I don't care about working hard. Then I'll work hard, you know? But as of right now, if men are still giving me money, like, I'm not going to stress myself out. So my goals, of course, I'm still trying to work on my business. That's been like an ongoing thing. I was thinking about buying a condo. I was looking into it, but honestly, my goal is to find a man with money and get my name on a deed. You know, you gotta have goals. I do want to have kids soon. I would like to have that within marriage. So as of right now, I'm sugar dating, but also looking for men who want to get married. What I notice is when men get in their 40s, 50s, that's when they tend to want to get married. So I'm actually in a good age range as far as my dating. What else did I say? Or not say? Expensive dinners. Oh yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of women, they just waste their money. And I feel like before you go spending and wasting your money, like, what is your bank account looking like? What is your retirement looking like? What 401k? Or do you have investments? What is your credit score looking like? Like, I'm not gonna be out. I've been going out a lot lately for like brunches and stuff, but I even kind of calm that down because I'm not gonna be going. And we go to like me and my friends go to like expensive places. Like, it's not IHOP or Denny's. We go to like a brunch at inexpensive like areas. So I have to calm that down sometimes. Like, I can't just be spending or whatever. So my credit score is great. I had to work on that this year, and it's definitely opened a lot of doors for me. I have a lot of frequent flyer miles, even though I don't use them. I get free trips, but it's good to have just in case. You know, the sugar babies and escorts with kids, do they have a college fund? That's stuff that you need to think about before you go spending money on unimportant bags and shoes. I think another thing is the career. You need to get your education. I mean, even though it's so crazy because I used to complain that I got my master's degree and I'm like, I got my master's degree, and it's so crazy because I graduated I graduated my undergrad right at the time of the recession. I think it was like 2008 or whatever, and then I got my master's degree in 2010. So it was like I was discouraged, and like a lot of millennials were out here, and the entry-level jobs are just horrible. Like, the entry-level income is horrible. So I was very discouraged, but now I'm grateful that I have that background because honestly, if I wanted to, I could quit sugaring. I don't want to because I enjoy it, but if I wanted to, I could because I just, I like to have extra money, the extras. I don't like to, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, but I know I have a high income potential. As of right now, it's just something that I worked on over the years. I was very strategic in different jobs that I took. And I used to feel bad, like, oh my God, I have my master's degree and I'm still broke. But I feel a lot better now that I'm older because I know this ain't gonna last forever. I know that, and I feel bad for the women who only have like a GED or high school diploma or no work experience. There are some women that well, they've been out of the workforce for a year or two. And you know, if you get out of the workforce for a year or two, on your resume it looks really bad. So I'm glad that, you know, my resume is up to date, and now I could use extra time to work on my business and just do other things, because it definitely has a shelf life, sugaring, being a sugar baby. To me, I mean, there's women I know on Facebook groups, they're like in their 40s and 50s, and they do it, but to me, I can't see myself being that old. I'm sorry. That is just, to me, that would be depressing. I just, you know, so I just want to, I just focus on the future, but I do see a lot of women just squandering their money and not saving, not buying any property, nothing. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you're an older sugar baby, older, I mean almost 30, I think you need to really focus and have your goals. Write down your goals, what you want to achieve. I wrote down my goals for 2019. I think it was like 20 goals, and I'm halfway through my goals that I've accomplished. So you have to constantly work on yourself. This game is not forever, and that's about it. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video on that because I thought it would be helpful for some people. Let me make sure I have everything. That's pretty much it. All right, guys, bye.